So this is from Bunny here. You said, I actually think men should be oppressed. Does
that sound like a like that?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you want me to guess if that was a joke or not?
I mean,
I wouldn't read it as a joke.
Where's the punchline?
Was it a joke?
Clearly, you weren't around for the punchline in August 19th, 2020. That was 3 years ago, right?
Go ahead, next. Nick, you said, God, I hate men.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I love that.
Wait, what?
I'm sure
I feel like
do.
you're like trying to show me like expose tweets, but like
so
I've seen ones that are like actually like very hateful, and mine is just like, I hate men.
You guys say that
you have the word hate in that tweet.
Yeah,
so.
imagine if that said, God, I hate people. The distinction there. Like what? How would that read, do you think?
You think?
It's just fashionable to kind of take a dump on men, right?
You said you love it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think...
Please scoot in. Scoot into the table, please.
Maybe it's because she gets a joke and you guys don't.
What's the joke? Explain the joke to me.
What is the
I'm
joke?
sorry you don't
It's
get
just
the
like
joke.
No, but I'm ignorant. Explain the joke to me.
Don't you think if I was trying to make a complex point about like my dislike of men, then I would have...
So you admit that you dislike men?
Into the mic, please.
Here,
into the mic, please.
Straight into the mic, please. Go ahead.
So I dislike the things that men have been taught. And I have met so many men that have not fit that I do not like. I will not say I dislike men. I don't like men. So you pulling up something that I said 2 years ago.
Do you disagree?
And also, I wasn't dating men during that time either.
How's that how's whether you were dating men or not at all relevant to what you said?
Bro, I'm not making a political statement. I'm tweeting some bullshit on my
Modest
brain.
Hikima donated $200. I'm sorry, but heroin
I don't think that's an incriminating...
Hold on,
with
stop.
obvious brain damage argues that if other men are paying for my nudes, NBD, only BD if free. Also, imagine piercing both cheeks and thinking it would bring HVM.
What's HVM?
High value mail.
Jacama, thank you. We have more tweets. Let's just get through all the tweets. Let's just get through all the tweets. Where are the sexy men at? Y'all are kind of mid, not gonna lie. Okay.
Oh yeah, that one's fun. Do you not think that one's funny?
No, but earlier I think you were talking about something about...
She's probably talking about someone specific. Like, is just a specific hate tweet. I know you all have those moments where you want to... I've seen guys joke about, like, I'm so sick of bitches. Like, I've seen that. It's just, like...
I don't think that's...
I've seen that. I've laughed at guys being like, I'm sick of bitches.
There was a
like,
whole
it's
Twitter
just a joke.
There was a whole Twitter thread called How We Act When We Start to Hate Our Girlfriends But Don't Want to Break Up.
One at a time. Let me just read all the tweets. You said, just opened up my hoe roster to men. Don't make me regret this. Okay. I hate to tell y'all, but I tell my therapist details about the men I date and fuck. I even send her pics of them, and she tells me if they're cute or not.
Yeah, I need some honest opinions.
Sure, and you mentioned some. I'll get to the therapy part. Men used to go to war. Now they sell their bin finds on Melrose Weekly. Okay, next one.
Yeah, that's when you go and you buy a bunch of clothes for cheap, and then you resell them because you know their value.
I don't care about that. Okay, people think a man who has to shave his head so no one sees that hairline is one of the smartest men ever. Wow, don't you think this is a bit of an ad hom attack? Like, what does his hair have to do with his...
What does his hairline have to do with his intelligence?
I mean, you can be critical of Andrew Tate.
Are you saying men with
Nick,
bad
put it on the other
hairlines
side,
are dumb?
please. Nick, put this on the other side. Put us on the other side. It doesn't matter when you tweeted it.
It does, honestly.
It really doesn't.
It's the one thing you can make fun of because he's kind of attractive.
25,000 tweets.
No, it's the content of the tweet. You're saying that a man with you're saying that a man with a bad hairline can't be smart.
No, but these are words that you used. I'm just curious about them.
Yeah, a man that has to shave his head to prove that he isn't balding, and then he's giving everyone advice on what they should be doing to be real men.
So, okay.
Wait,
it seems like an ad hom attack.
Okay,
next. The thought of sex with straight men archetype makes me want to vomit for the first time in my life. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
About vomiting, not particularly.
Okay, yeah. So why you...
Well, it's just, I mean, that's a bit misandrous, but okay, men... Men make me want to vomit. Why can't they just be quiet?
Do we make you want to vomit?
Probably.
Occasionally.
Okay.
You say men make me want to
keeping
vomit.
I'm being
Why
honest.
can't they just be quiet? Okay.
Yeah. probably has to do with something.
This was definitely towards one man. Like I know it was definitely aimed for one man.
These are all over a year ago that I don't even.
So your thoughts have changed. Okay, never working while a man pays for all your stuff is kind of queen shit. Feminist, by the way. That's not a real feminist position, is it?
Why do you think that like being a feminist means that I can choose whatever path I want. I can choose whatever path I want to take. Okay. That should be my right. And that should be every woman's right. It's just like she's so valid for having 5 kids. That's amazing.
Sure. Okay, keep going, Nick.
Like I'm not talking. There's nothing wrong. Oh, you whooped her after your back.
Oh, this is you.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.
I'll read it. Okay. In a place in my life where I cannot hang out with men who make less money than me, please don't waste my time.
Yeah, because there'll be like drug addicts who post Crown Royal on their Snapchat that'll be like, do you want to kick it for the night? And I'm just like,
okay, sure. Next.
I just don't.
Me just over-sexualizing men in my music because it's a free country. And when was the last time you were harassed on a city street about your outfit, sir? Okay.
I'm
sorry. It's funny. I live for that.
Do you guys get harassed when you walk down the street? Do they like whistle
or
like slow
I make
down
music about like boys. I make music about boys. I love abs. I love skinny boys. I love fat boys.
Do you often dress like this?
No. I'll be walking in the middle of the night in sweats, a big t-shirt, walking just to 7-Eleven across the street, and then I get slowed down and ask if I need a ride.
Pull it back up, Nick. Pull it back up. Next. Men be like, I love strong, independent women. Women being strong, independent, and reliant on themselves. Men, there's something off here. Most men, this is a trope. This is a trope from women saying, I'm a strong, independent woman. Most men are not out here saying, I want a strong, independent woman.
Yeah, I don't know any dudes.
That's not a thing.
Well,
like maybe you're making that up in your feminist
I've known
brain.
A lot of guys like always. The men that I've been around leech off of me. So if I
sounds like you're hanging out with losers.
You allow that.
That's why I distance myself from people like that.
Go ahead, next, Nick. Men broke my soul. Then I learned how to get into their heads to use them and feel special. What's going on there?
This was very much in a toxic. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. This was
3 years ago.
These were personal. So these were personal attacks towards like subtweeting me, like me subtweeting someone. So it's not.
These are.
Like it's not like as.
These are not just general statements about your views and
I was just mad
men.
at a man. Like sometimes Twitter.
Let me ask: if a black person made you mad, would it be equally justifiable to say this about black men?
No, I just don't think it's that serious when I make fun of men. Like I just don't.
Do you think it's that serious when men make fun of women?
It depends on the context. Like I wasn't does it sound like violent to you what I said? Anything that I said?
Yeah, but I mean,
it's rather
if a dude
like
is
if a guy jokes about the art.
Yeah, but if a dude is making fun of women in the same exact context that you are, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's funny.
You wouldn't be a hypocrite and say they shouldn't do that.
No, right? If it's violent jokes towards women, which I see more often, it's like.
Sure. Well,
I don't.
She said, what did you say, that you hate men? I don't want to misquote you. I forgot the exact. What did you say?
I don't know. My tweet from also like 3 years ago. I can't tell you because I just read it and I forgot that ever exists.
Most of mine were subtweets. If men were to say, a lot of them.
Because I can sit here and say I object to men saying that they hate women. Mm-hmm. Do you object to women saying that they hate men?
I have no business on objecting of another woman's opinion.
Starting to change my opinion about like saying that, but I just think it's punching up still, because.
So you're saying it's okay to say that you hate men?
Yes, but there's no violence that is going to come from me saying that.
Of course there is.
I don't believe that. I just don't agree.
Does that mean it's okay then to say it as long as we can't measure in any way that a violent occurrence happens from it?
There's no way to know, but I
Well,
mean,
then,
I told you I have.
hang on,
I'm
exactly. There's no way to
changing my
know. So
viewpoints
since there's
on
no way to
certain
know,
things.
and we can't empirically demonstrate it, then how can you even say you're punching up?
Because there's just generations of men being the same way towards women.
Yeah,
so when I joke
demonstrate it.
about, oh,
how
I
would
hate
you,
men,
well,
it's
how
a-
would you demonstrate it
it's
when
a
you say
joke.
to me that there's no possible way that we could empirically measure whether or not me making a
I agree
comment?
with you. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
So how is it even punching up, really?
Because I just don't feel like me saying I hate, like, as a it's such a literal joke. It's
What's the joke?
It's just unserious. Like, you're not gonna be like, I hate women unless you're just an incel, like